Hi, this is Terry Brock, and I've got a message I want to give to you that is so important today in how our world has changed. Because you see, selling is something that we're all doing right now. Whether you're selling a product or service directly as your job, you're selling your ideas. You're trying to persuade others because we've got a lot of choices right now. You might want people to embrace a certain philosophy or a certain way of doing it. They don't necessarily have to do that. Instead, they can go in a lot of different directions. You have to become very good at being persuasive and helping people to find what is going to work for them. Selling is different today. Matter of fact, it sparked me when I was reading a book recently. I want to share with you. Matter of fact, here, I'm in Zoom. I'm going to share my screen with you. And there it is. I got my PowerPoint Keynote slide. Actually, I'm using Keynote today. Keynote slides there. How the world of selling has changed and what you have to do about it. Things are different today. I mean, it's quite different than what it was. We're seeing that right now it's different. And it's based on this book by Daniel Pink, To Sell is Human. He wrote this a little while ago, and it still is valid today more than ever. The surprising truth about moving others. His book, I have found to be just nothing short of profound. And of course, he's written a lot of really good books as well. And this one is right up there at the top in my mind, and right there with the others he's done. Here's a quote I want to share with you that's really, really important. This is hugely important insight for understanding how to move others. The ability to take another's perspective mattered less when sellers, whether a commissioned salesperson in an electronics store or a physician in her diploma-studded office, held all the cards. That's the way that it was before. But today, it's different. Their edge in information, again, whether that information was the reliability of a clock radio or the experiences of patients with Lyme disease, gave them the ability to command through authority and sometimes even to coerce and to manipulate. But here's where we are today. This is different. As that information advantage has withered, so has the power it once conferred. As a result, the ability to move people now depends on people's inverse, on power's inverse, I should say, understanding another person's perspective, getting inside his or her head, and seeing the world through his or her eyes. And doing that requires beginning from a position that would get you expelled from the Mitch and Murray Always Be Closing School of Sales. Remember that one? Assume that you're not the one with power. That is the key. And right now, things have changed. You see, our world is different today. Used to be, you go to these authorities and they kind of knew what was going on and we didn't know. Today, things have shifted over. So that now you go into a doctor's office and many patients going on saying, doctor, I've heard here, I think I've got this. Here's the results that I've searched on Google. Here you go. Now, a lot of people will try to go to Dr. Google rather than go to a real medical doctor. I think there's wonderful power in Google. I love it. I think it's a rich resource. It's marvelous. By the way, Google Scholar, even nicer. But you get out there and they've got all of that, and that's good. Use that as something to get started, but still work with your medical care professional, obviously. And you'll need others. But man, you don't have to do all this now that we did before. They can't walk around going, hear ye, I know all there is to know about my area of expertise, whatever that area of expertise might be, and then you're supposed to just bow down and worship them. No, we can do the research now. It's power to the individual, and that has turned things upside down. And so that's what I like about what Daniel is saying in his book. And we look at what Daniel Pink had to say, his book on the power of selling really is good. Here, let me share my screen with you again here and let you see that as well. I want to share it. There we go. So you can see his book here, To Sell is Human. This is really powerful. And the way he says it, I think, is just nothing short of brilliant in what he's doing. And he talks about that. This book is one I'd highly recommend you pick up, take a look at, and see what's available. Now, by the way, here's another one that is really nice here. I got to move this out of the way so I can let you see who that is. This is my buddy, Mark Schaefer. And Mark Schaefer is a friend of mine. Hi, Mark. Hope you're doing well on this. And he talks about the similar kind of thing with his book, just came out, called Marketing Rebellion. You see, before, the power was vested within those who had the secret knowledge. And we didn't know. We had to kind of try to find out what they have. Well, today, it's been turned upside down because of Google and social media. So I want to find out about something. Hey, is such and such a car a good one? You betcha I'm going to Google it. And I can go out on a lot of different platforms, talk to my friends and say, what do you think about the such and such car? Anyone got one of those? Do you like it? And even though that's non-scientific random sampling, because I'm going to get heavily skewed towards certain demographics, I'm going to believe what my friends say much more than any advertisement. And Mark's book is good about that. Now, I haven't read Mark's book, and I'm looking forward to it someday. I've heard him speak, got a chance to hear him speak live just recently. He was here in Orlando for a National Speakers Association, and I've also heard him on several podcasts, and I know Mark from way back. He's a good guy. So that's a good book you want to look into and see what's there. But you see, the whole key is today, business is about building relationships. I've been talking about that for years, and people that have been knowledgeable in business for centuries have said that's what it is. It's about building those relationships with someone. You can't just walk in and say, I will keep this information privy from you. We want somebody we can trust. We want that trusted advisor that will give us an intelligent, reasoned opinion about what we want. So that means when you're working to persuade someone, you're trying to sell them, think of yourself as a helper, someone who can help people. And as you do that, you will do much, much better. So like, for instance, one of the things I do a lot of speaking in my work. I'm out talking to people. I find the more I can interact with them and build the relationships there, the better off we are. And by the way, if I can help you out with some things, you see my website there, unashamed, unabashed promotion there, terrybrock.com. I work with a lot of people, showing them how these things are happening as well, and would love to work with you. So let me know what you think on that. I'll stop sharing my screen here and come back right there. Oh, I love Zoom. Great little tool. But think about it. The world is twisted. It's upside down. People that had the information and knowledge before were the ones who were in power. Today, it's kind of shifted over here. And now it's everyone who is willing to pay the price to get involved with social media, get involved with some Google searches, also some YouTube searches. The University of YouTube, very popular. I learn a lot that way. If I want to learn a topic, I'll Google it. I'll bounce over to YouTube as well, do some searches there, and that's how we learn today. Now, that's not the only way. I still believe strongly in conventional education and what it is, but it's not the same as it used to be. You've got to assume responsibility yourself. So get out there and do it. What do you think? I look forward to hearing from you. And please take this message and share it with others. Please, please, we want to help others know this kind of message that's very, very important. So thank you very much for joining me. I'm Terry Brock with terrybrock.com, and I really appreciate you stopping by.